Stacey Abrams.
Call I care about. That's the call on January 5th calling Georgia for Warnock and Ossoff. Warnock and Ossoff. That's the call that matters. I spent the last few weeks traveling the state on behalf of my friends. And it's a good thing when you can talk about leaders and call them your friends. I was in Upson County, where Thomaston is, and I had a conversation with a 24-year-old who's working 2 jobs. She lives with her mother because she's also trying to go to school. And because of that, she's not going to receive the full benefit of that poor little amount of money coming from the stimulus check. You know, she's worried not just about how she's going to survive the winter, she's worried about whether her future will exist. But she came out because she knows that the way to guarantee a future is to cast her vote for John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. In Muscogee County, talking to small business owners, Black and white and Latino and Asian American, and we had a conversation about those who applied for the PPP program. Please, please, please help us. But they were told, too poor, too poor, too poor. We need them to see the PPP program as progress, 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 when Joe Biden and John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock actually help our small businesses in Georgia. That's what we need. I went to Houston County yesterday. Told you I've been traveling Georgia. I was down in Houston County, and I happened to be at the location where the Warner Robins Air Force Base is. I was down the street, and you know, we were having a conversation. We are so proud of having the 5th largest number of military installations in the nation. And yet Kelly Loeffler refuses to say why she wouldn't support them getting their pay raise. Because she refuses to do her job. I said, let's help her get a new job and install Raphael Warnock in that job. I was in Clayton County. I was down in Clayton County talking about what needs to be next. I was at a barbershop talking about people who work hard for their money every day, as opposed to David Perdue, who spends most of his time making money off of his job instead of doing his job. And that's why we need John Ossoff in that job. We have an opportunity, Georgia, to flip the script. Because folks think that November was just a fluke. That it was just because people were upset with those who've been not doing their jobs in D.C., in the White House. Well, we took care of that problem for them, Georgia, and now we need to clean house completely and send Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. We can get this done. Because we know that John Ossoff has spent his career fighting corruption, and there's no better example of corruption that needs to be defeated than David Perdue. Someone who refuses to meet with Georgians, refuses to talk to Georgians, who can't understand why they might need a little direct relief. He thinks it's too much for you to have $2,000, except when he's on the road to Damascus or the road to losing, and then suddenly he changes his mind. We need senators who actually think those numbers matter, not just their stock portfolios. We need Georgia needs U.S. senators who will fight to expand Medicaid, not to steal health care from everybody else. That means we need Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. We need leaders who believe in creating good jobs, not just the recovery jobs we're going to need, but infrastructure jobs and energy jobs and living wage jobs. We need John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. And by God, standing in this space, we know we need justice. That conversation may have waned for some. For Kelly Loeffler, was never really a conversation. That's somebody who has spent her time chastising those who had the nerve to say that maybe equal justice in America should be a reality. But we know that Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff intend to get it done. That John Lewis's Voting Rights Advancement Act will become the law of the land. That George Floyd and Rayshard Brooks and Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor will have their day. But it's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us to get the jobs, the health care, and the justice we need. And I'm going to tell you how we're going to get it done. This is the final call. You see, this is the time, Georgia. This is the place. The world is watching us, and we want them to see Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff and Daniel Blackman take the lead tomorrow in Revolution. But that means I need to call on each of you. I need y'all to do 3 things for me. Number 1, you need to call 3 friends and make sure they've got a plan to vote tomorrow. And if they tell you they've already voted, you need to find 3 more friends and 3 more friends. But you've got to send them to the polls because they're thinking we've done our work and we plan to sit down tomorrow. We aren't going to sit down, we're going to stand up and we're going to show America who we are. So number 1, I need you to call 3 friends. Then I need you to call 2 frenemies. People you owe money, people who owe you money, folks you broke up with but forgot to tell them why you were leaving. You need to call 2 of those folks. And you need to ask them to go and vote. It's going to be a hard call to make. And just imagine how much easier it is to get them to call, to tell them to vote if you took the time to give them a call. So 3 friends, 2 frenemies. And then I need you to call 1 forgotten person. Someone that everyone writes off because that's the person who says, I don't vote because voting doesn't matter. The person who says, I don't vote because I'm working 3 jobs and I still can't take care of my family. Call that person who knows that $600 can't make it through the winter. They need the $2,000 that we were promised, and they need the future that we deserve. And I need you to call that person and say, I'm not calling you to lecture you. I'm calling you to help you help yourself. I'm calling you because the future is calling. The future is calling Georgia. It's telling us we need Raphael Warnock. It's telling us we need John Ossoff. It's telling us we are going to win. That's the call we're going to answer. That's the only call that matters. That's the call we're going to make. We're calling tomorrow, and we're calling it Blue for Georgia. Thank you so much.
It's only one Stacey Abrams, I can tell y'all that. Make some noise for Stacey Abrams one time. Jesus. It's time for us to change. It's time for us to make this change happen. Like she said, like y'all know me, I consider myself the mayor of this city, but it's also a real mayor of this city that I want to bring to the stage. So without further ado, Miss Lance Bottoms, Keisha Lance Bottoms, please come to the stage. You heard the song before? What we gonna say? Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, move. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way.
All right, y'all, one more time for the culture. Now got it? On three. 1, 2, 3. Move, bitch. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. All right, I know I just embarrassed my son. Let's give a big hug. I promised my son, Lance, I'd do this for all the college students working on the campaign. And Happy New Year to everyone. I hope that you got your black-eyed peas and your collard greens on New Year's Day. Are you loving the fact that Georgia is on the mind of the entire country right now? I was in Savannah yesterday with Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, and now here today again in Atlanta, President-elect Joe Biden. By my count, this is the third time that President-elect Biden has been to Atlanta in just the last 2 months. It doesn't get any better than this. So in the words of that great Atlanta poet, Andre 3000, the South's got something to say, y'all. We said what we said in November, and as my grandmother used to say, God willing and the creek don't rise, we'll say it again on tomorrow. Georgia was blue on yesterday. Mr. Trump, it is still blue today. And when we show up and vote tomorrow, God willing, it will stay blue on tomorrow. As a fifth-generation Atlantan, I am so proud to have grown up in this city, educated in its public schools, and blessed to have known our hometown heroes like Dr. Joseph Lowry, Dr. C.T. Vivian, and our teacher, our friend, our conscience, our congressman, John Lewis. All great men who went on to glory in 2020. People often think that they can't make a difference like our civil rights icons, but the baton has now been passed to each of us. And we must pass on the gift that Congressman Lewis and so many others sacrificed to give us. We must vote on tomorrow. said, do we need a new America? I was perplexed. And I said, what do you mean? He said, that lady said we need a new America. It's not the lady that we'll be voting for tomorrow, by the way. I responded, I said, no, baby, we don't need a new America. We need a better America. And I told my son, Lennox, I said, and that is why we go and vote. In that moment this morning, I was reminded that our children are watching us, and they are taking it all in, and they are counting on us to get this election right. When I sat with Joe Biden last summer, just a few miles from here in the gathering spot, and told him of the work we were doing across Atlanta, he asked, how can I help you do more? When he drafted his criminal justice reform policy and his affordable housing policy, he sent them to us in Atlanta and asked if he was doing enough. Our communities were top of mind for then candidate Joe Biden. And we know how important it is that we elect real servant leaders like Daniel Blackman, John Ossoff, and Raphael Warnock. People of honor and integrity who hold justice close to their hearts and believe that the lives of my 4 children and those of all of our families in our communities across this state matter. A friend texted me from out of state and asked, will we win? I replied, LOL, yes, if we show up and vote. It really is that simple, Georgia. We vote, we win. So Georgia, our time is now. We cannot wait for another time, some other place, some other heroes. We must be the heroes of our generation and stand up for our children and our children's children and for this great democracy, our America, a better America. Let's vote like our lives depend on it. Thank you, and may God bless and keep each of you.
Justice for the people. That means every family in Georgia has the health care that we need. And there's a new Georgia rising. We cannot be spectators in history. We have to make history together. We're all in this together. Yeah. If you believe that we need a new Civil Rights Act, vote. Vote for our beloved John Lewis. No one will do this for us. We will send a signal all across the United States of America that health care is a human right. Now is the moment to stand up for health, jobs, and justice. Make some noise and make a plan to vote. If you're ready to organize and mobilize like we've never done it before, make some noise and make a plan to vote.
Unplug the power. Unplug power.
crazy out here. Make some noise one time. Y'all can get louder than that. I said make some noise one time. There's a reason why we out here. Let's get to that reason. I'm going to bring the Reverend to the stage. Make some noise for Reverend Warnock one time.
Sounds like y'all ready to win an election. Georgia, we're almost there. But we got to finish the job. Let me hear you if you've already voted. So thank you so very much for voting, exercising your right and your civic obligation. But know that if you've already voted, your job is not done. Your job is not done until you call everybody in your circle, everybody you know, until you call your family members and your friends. You tell them to vote. Tell them that the preacher said a vote is a kind of prayer for the kind of world we want to live in. And our prayers are stronger when we pray together. So vote together. Are you ready to win this election? We're so honored to have back in Atlanta the President-elect of the United States of America, Joe Biden. And I'm so grateful to be standing on this stage at this defining moment in American history. I grew up in public housing, one of 12 children in my family. I'm number 11. And I'm the first college graduate in my family. I got there through hard work, grit, and determination. That alone does not put me on this stage at this defining moment. My parents poured into me the ethic of hard work. They taught me what personal responsibility looks like. My mother grew up in Waycross, Georgia. You know where that is. Waycross, Georgia. So she believed in hard work. She grew up in summers in the 1950s, a black teenager in somebody else's cotton, somebody else's tobacco. But because of the United States of America, the other day, through your own hands that used to somebody else's cotton, rolls and picked her young feet in the United States of America. Because I believe in the American promise. I believe in the American dream. But it is slipping away from too many of our children, not just poor children growing up in the housing projects of Atlanta or Savannah, but in rural communities, disaffected communities across North Georgia. Our children need to know that they have a senator in the United States Senate who understands their struggles, understands the struggles of ordinary people, and who will fight for them. The wealthy and the well-connected have no shortage of representation in Washington. It's time for ordinary people. Folks who go to work every day. Folks who would love to go to work, but they lost their job due to no fault of their own. It's time for ordinary folk to have representation in Washington. And if you send me to the Senate, every single day I'll have Georgia on my mind. I won't be thinking about how I can best represent the insurance companies and how I can best represent the pharmaceutical companies. They have enough representatives. It's time for ordinary folks to have somebody thinking about them. And so listen, we got work to do. The stakes of this election can hardly be overstated. We've got about 350,000 American souls who perish. That's a lot of empty seats at Thanksgiving. That's a lot of empty chairs at Christmas. The lighting of the Hanukkah candle. That's a lot of empty spaces as we welcome the new year and folks thought about their loved ones who are no longer with them. And even in the midst of this unspeakable human pain and suffering, what have we witnessed? We saw the politicians playing games. Politicians who are so focused on the next election that they're not thinking about the next generation. They're thinking about what's in their best interest. You heard the debate this week. Too often it was really about the politicians, who's up and who's down, who's in and who's out, who's winning and who's losing. Meanwhile, as I walk across the streets of Atlanta and across the streets of Georgia, the people are losing every single day. They need a voice in their democracy. They need senators who understand that we've got to get this virus under control. That we've got to get this vaccine safely and efficiently distributed. That we've got to stand up and we've got to provide COVID relief to workers. We've got to help them to be able to get back to work safely. We've got to make sure that we center the concerns of small business owners. We've got work to do. In the midst of the work that we must do, we can hardly afford to be divided. So here's what you got to do. You got to tell your family members and tell your friends to vote tomorrow. When they show up to vote, here's the work that they are doing. Here's the important moral work that they are doing. They are pushing hard against the forces of division and distraction in our politics. Because there are folks who are trying so hard to divide us. I'm running against the unelected senator of Georgia. She was appointed. The people of Georgia have been disappointed. She gives a lot of money to the Republican Party. Somehow she got a seat. When she went to that seat, she did not waste much time. Probably you don't understand why she wanted it in the first place. She had barely them back. Been there 3 weeks. But you heard about the coronavirus pandemic. Rather than focusing on the folk who were sheltering in, she was focused on sheltering her own investments. Profiting off of a pandemic while the people of Georgia were suffering and losing their jobs, and when it came time to give ordinary people some relief, she said, I see no need. She said it was counterproductive. Meanwhile, she was crumbling off of a pandemic. Who does that? Who does that? Forgive me, I'm from the hood where I'm from. We would say, what do you do out there? Off of a pandemic. And so, have you noticed she hasn't even bothered to make a case, Georgia, for why you should keep her in that seat? And that's because she has no case to make. Instead, she's trying to distract you. Trying to misrepresent my record. Have you noticed?
False allegation,
on me. Lying on myself.
man.
The spiritual home of Martin Luther King Jr. Lying on the gospel. As we say in church, calling me everything but a child of God. Scandalizing my name. That's all right. My mother down in Savannah, Georgia, she said it's not what they call you, it's what you answer by. And in a few days she can call me Senator Raphael. Continue this blue wave that will make its way all across this state. The ripples of which will be felt all across this nation. Georgia, are you going to win this election? So don't sleep through this movement. Don't sleep through this moment. There's too much at stake. My mama used to wake me up every morning. Rain or shine. 7 days a week. Weekdays, Saturdays, Sundays. During the school year, during the summer, you couldn't sleep in my daddy's house. He was a veteran. During the World War II era, he never lost that sense that you ought to get up. Get dressed. Get dressed. Put shoes on. Get ready. Get ready. I said, Dad, what do you mean get ready? It's Saturday. Get ready for what? He said, I don't know. Just put shoes on, boy. I'll tell you what you need to do later. Just make sure you're ready. That annoyed me when I was a little boy, when I was a teenager, but I'm so glad that my daddy woke me up every morning, God bless his soul, because in this defining moment, I want you to know, Georgia, I'm ready. I'm ready to be your next United States President. I'm ready to work alongside my brother, John Ossoff, as he to the United States Senate, a young Jewish man, son of an immigrant, and a black preacher. A place for a Ebenezer Baptist church, where a lot of people change Jews and used to serve the Lord I don't know about you, but I'm so proud of the state of Georgia.
Yeah. Let's keep this thing going. Are y'all ready to win? What's up? I said ready to win. What's up? All right, we're going to keep it going. Without further ado, I bring you John Ossoff to the stage.
Again, John Ossoff now is about to address the audience.
Forever I love Atlanta. Y'all give it up again for my brother, the Reverend Raphael Warnock. Atlanta.
All right, we're going to take his speech live.
Georgia. It all comes down to this. Tomorrow is election day. The eyes of the nation are on Georgia right now. The eyes of the world are on Georgia right now. Feel your power, Georgia. Tomorrow we make history. Now I want you to say it with me now. Say vote. Say vote. Say vote. Tomorrow we make history. And think about how far we've come, Atlanta. Think about how far we've come in the great state of Georgia. Think about how far we've come in the American South. Georgia is the most competitive battleground state in the United States. You did that. You did that. And now hosting 2 runoff elections for the United States Senate to determine control of the United States Senate. Your standard bearers are the young Jewish son of an immigrant and a black pastor who holds Dr. King's pulpit at Ebenezer Baptist Church. Think about how far we've come, Atlanta. Think about how far we've come. And we're running against like the Bonnie and Clyde of corruption in American politics. 2 United States senators who, when they learned about this pandemic that was bearing down on our shores, when they learned about the threat posed by a virus that's now killed more than 300,000 of our fellow Americans, their first call was to their stockbroker. Atlanta, we deserve better, and retirement is coming for David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, Atlanta. But see, we have bigger and better things to discuss than David and Kelly. Like where we go from here as a people. Where we go from here as a community, as a nation. We had 4 years of hatred and racism and bigotry and lies and incompetence. But Donald Trump is leaving. And George voters sent Donald Trump packing. You did that. So now it's time to rebuild. Now it's time to build an America that's defined by love, that's defined by unity, that's defined by passion and empathy. Those are the substance of community. Those must be our guiding lights because we love each other. I'm going to take a page out of the Reverend's playbook. Turn to your neighbor and tell him you love him. This is about love. I love you too. And we are building a movement based on love for health, jobs, and justice for the people. Health, jobs, and justice for all the people, Atlanta.
Let's talk about health for a moment. 300,000 Americans killed by this virus, our hospital systems, our nursing homes, buckling under the weight of this pandemic. So many who have lost so much. Loved ones buried. Loved ones who have lost their lives, unable to see or touch their loved ones as they pass. A government that has lied to us every step of the way. We can beat COVID-19, Atlanta. We can pass legislation to resources to hospitals and nursing homes and make sure every American gets access to testing and vaccines free of charge. We can beat COVID-19 and get daily lives back. And do you believe, like Atlanta and like Reverend Warnock, that health care is a human right? Health care is a human right and not just a privilege for those who have enough money in their bank accounts or who live in the right zip code. I was just down in Cuthbert a few days ago, Randolph County in South Georgia. Y'all, they lost their hospital in October. Here in the United States of America, the wealthiest country in the world, in the middle of a pandemic, the hospital closed. Now the people of Randolph County, they need an emergency. They've got to drive an hour and a half to go to Columbus or Albany. And it's one of 9 hospitals we've lost in Georgia in the last 10 years. You send me and Reverend Warnock to the Senate, we will deliver the resources to reopen those 9 hospitals and to build new clinics in every corner of this state, because health care is a human right. We will stand up to the drug companies that are ripping off Georgia families at the pharmacy every single day, charging outrageous prices for life medicine and insulin. We will ensure every single American has great health insurance, no matter their ability to pay, whether they have a pre-existing condition suffering from asthma or diabetes, cancer survivor. Georgia, health care is a right, and we will make it in the United States of America. And let me give a special shout out to all the mothers out there. Let me give a special shout out to my mama who is here. Where is Heather? I love you, Mom. Y'all may not know this, but my wife Alicia works as an OB/GYN doctor at Grady Hospital in labor and delivery right here in Atlanta. And she sees every day at work mothers who struggle, who suffer, babies who struggle into this world because our leaders have refused to expand Medicaid, because our leaders have refused to invest in maternal health. We have one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the entire country here in Georgia. And if you send me and Reverend Warnock to the U.S. Senate, when you send me and Reverend Warnock to the U.S. Senate, we will surge resources to save lives, to make sure every county in this state has an OB/GYN doctor. Because health care is a human right, Atlanta. Health, jobs, and justice for all the people. Let's talk about jobs. Millions have lost their jobs during this crisis. Millions facing eviction and foreclosure. Small businesses across our state operating at 20 or 30% capacity. Gas bill piling up. Credit cards maxed out. Families that can't afford childcare. And for 8 months straight, the United States Senate blocked the direct relief that the people needed. Let him never deceive you. David Perdue opposed direct stimulus for the people all year long. Last week, David Perdue changed his tune. Well, guess what? There's an election coming. Georgia, you deserve senators who have your back, not just when they're about to face the people, but at all times. And when you send me and Reverend Warnock to the Senate, we will pass those $2,000 stimulus checks that the people need, that families need to stay on their feet and in their homes. We will will pass the most ambitious jobs, infrastructure, and recovery program in U.S. history. We will upgrade our public schools. We will build those clinics and hospitals. We'll upgrade transit and transportation to connect every county here in Metro Atlanta, to connect every city, every corner of this state, and to connect Georgia with the rest of the Southeast. We will create tens of thousands of jobs in clean and renewable energy, saving our planet while we make America the #1 producer of clean energy in the world and Georgia the #1 producer of clean energy in the South. Y'all, I want you to feel what we can achieve together.
Amen.
I want you to feel what is possible. I want you to believe in what is possible. And look, here's the bottom line. If Mitch McConnell and the Republicans hold on to the Senate, they will try to do to Joe and Kamala exactly like they tried to do to President Obama. But we have too much good work to do for things to be ground to a halt in our nation's capital. We need to raise the minimum wage to $15. We need to expand the Pell Grant program so no young person in this state has to take on debt to get a degree from a public college or from an HBCU. We need to relieve the burden of student debt from those who are currently struggling to get out from under their loans. We can do all these things when we win tomorrow. We can deliver health, jobs, and justice for the people, for all the people. Let's talk about justice, Atlanta. Let's talk about justice.
Black people don't have none.
I mentioned my mother a few minutes ago. Y'all may not know this. My mother came to this country as an immigrant when she was 23 years old, alone as a young woman. Takes a lot of courage to uproot your life at that age, move to the other side of the planet, and start new. But like so many immigrants, my mother came to this country because she believed that this country stood for certain ideals. Let me be clear that that doesn't mean that she indulged any fantasies about our past. That doesn't mean that she didn't recognize how much further America had to go. She became a young activist. My mother was marching in the streets for the Equal Rights Amendment in the 1970s. She had me walking around the house when I was 3 or 4 years old with one of those ERA Now buttons on. So now you see where I'm coming from. My mother became an activist, and my mother became a citizen, because she recognized that the ballot box is where we demand progress. The ballot box is where we hold elected officials accountable. The ballot box is where we ensure that this country keeps moving on a journey of progress toward fully realizing the very best of our founding ideals. Equality in God's eyes. Equal justice for all. Equal justice for all.
That's what just said, sir.
Our Constitution already guarantees equal protection under the law. But when Ahmaud Arbery is shot to death in broad daylight in the street on camera, and the local authorities look the other way because he is a young black man, that makes a mockery of equal protection under the law. So Atlanta, are you ready to fight to pass a new Civil Rights Act that will secure equal justice for all, no matter the color of our skin? Are you ready to fight to pass a new Voting Rights Act that will secure the sacred franchise that John Lewis and so many bled and suffered for? Are you ready to fight for health and jobs and justice for all the people? Are you ready to send a message that echoes not just from coast to coast, but down the generations about what this state stands for? Atlanta, we just have a few hours left. I'm asking you to dream about what's possible. I'm asking you to believe in what's possible. I'm asking you to work to make real what is possible. No regrets. No regrets. We are on the cusp of a historic victory. Feel it, know it, believe it, work for it. Atlanta, are you ready to work? Atlanta, are you ready to win? Atlanta, are you ready to elect 2 new United States senators? Atlanta, say it with me again. Say vote. Say vote. Say vote. I love you all. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Silent, the girls all paused with glee, turning left, turning right, thought they looking at me. Well, I was looking at them, they're on the dance floor. Now they got me in the middle, feeling like a man whore. Especially the big girls need love too, no discrimination in squirrel. So keep your hands off my cheeks, let me study how you ride the beat, you big freak. Skinny, slim women got the camel toe within them, you can hump them, lift them, bend them, give them something to remember. Hell out timber when you fall through the chop shop. Take a deep breath and exhale. Your ex-girlfriend, boyfriend was boring as hell. Well, let me listen to the story you tell, and we can make moves like a person in jail. On the low,
As a reminder, today's event has been set up to adhere to social distancing guidelines as outlined by health experts in the state of Georgia. Thank you.
No, sir, not yet.
laid out how Donald Trump is an absolute liar when it comes to pressuring him what? Are we getting audio? Okay, got it. Making sure. Okay. So again, folks, we're here. Of course, this is the last major rally of this campaign here. The last major rally of this campaign. We, of course, have been all over this state for the past 5 weeks. Today we were in Augusta, Georgia. Kicked things off at 9 a.m. There was a rally that took place this morning. D-Nice was this morning. Then, of course, we were in another city with Raphael Warnock where he was speaking. And so we were there, and then now we're talking about, now somebody said it's noisy. Yeah, it's noisy. Of course, you got the DJ who's playing music here as well. And so what's going on, folks, all of these things are happening right now. Just a little bit earlier, Yolanda Adams performed. Jermaine Dupree has been pretty much emceeing this event. D-Nice, he was spinning earlier on stage as well. Again, this is, remember, we were back here. We were here about 3 weeks ago when Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff held a rally. We're actually in the parking lot of Turner Field, where the Braves used to play before they moved out to Cobb County. And so, as I said, folks, President-elect Joe Biden, he is here. He's in this white tent that's right behind us. And so he's going to be coming out momentarily. I just saw him backstage through the curtains. He was actually speaking with Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff as well.
Allie Tom.
And so, all right, so she is going to be introducing Joe Biden. So let's go back to the stage.
Like so many of you, I was a first-time voter. I don't have words to describe the feeling I had holding that ballot in my hand. For the first time, I had a voice that would impact our country's future. I didn't expect to experience that feeling for another 4 years, but here we are. Today, we Georgians have the power to bring COVID-19 relief, to reform our criminal justice system, to move towards cleaner energy. However, none of this can be done if we don't all vote. Whether this is your first election or your 20th, your vote will dictate the future of our country. We are in a time when leadership is needed. We are in a time when our voices need to be loud. So please, Georgia, use your vote, your voice, to put John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock in the U.S. Senate. It is now with great honor that I introduce President-elect Joe Biden.
We the people, hey now, got to make the world go round, got to make the world now. We the people, yeah, got to make the world go round, got to make the world now. You may have the black blood, or you may have the white blood, but we all are living on blood, so don't look nobody slip into the mud, 'cause we the people, you tell them, got to make the world go round, got to make the world now. We the people, well, got to make the world go round, got to make the world now.
Hello, hello, hello. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Let's hear it for Allie. For that introduction and the great lineup of entertainers you've had. You're probably disappointed hearing us speaking. We'll get the entertainers back on here. And let's hear it for Stacey Abrams. Nobody in America has done more for the right to vote than Stacey. Stacey, you're changing Georgia. You've changed America. And I want to personally thank you again. So let's hear it for the next Public Service Commissioner, Daniel Blackman. I don't know where Daniel is, but I know he's here. Look, and one of the best mayors America has, and my good friend, Keisha Lance Bottoms. If I had 3 of her, I could rule the world. I love her, I tell you. And let's hear it for the next United States Senators, John Ossoff and the Reverend Warnock. I just talking to them in the back. They're talented. They're principled. They're qualified. They're decent. They're honorable. They mean what they say, and they believe what I believe the definition of America is. It's about possibilities, unlike any other nation in the world. Anything's possible. They're bending the arc of history toward justice and hope and progress. And that's not hyperbole, that's real. Folks, this is it. This is it. It's a new year. And tomorrow can be a new day for Atlanta, for Georgia, and for America. First, let me start by saying thank you for electing me and Kamala as President and Vice President of the United States. You voted in record numbers in November. Your voices were heard. Your votes were counted. The will of the people prevailed. We won 3 times here. Each recount, you know what I mean? I think we should count it as 3 states. Won 3 times. And now we need you to vote again in record numbers, to make your voices heard again and again, to change Georgia, to change America again. And this is not an exaggeration. Georgia, the whole nation is looking to you to lead us forward, for real. You know it. You cannot turn on any national television show without knowing about what's going on here and what you all are doing. The power is literally in your hands. Unlike any time in my career, one state can chart the course, not just for the next 4 years, but for the next generation. By electing John and the Reverend, you can make an immediate difference in your own lives, the lives of the people all across this country, because their election will put an end to the block in Washington, that $2,000 stimulus check, that money that will go out the door immediately, tell people who are in real trouble. Think about what it'll mean to your lives. Putting food on the table, paying rent, paying your mortgage, paying down the credit card, paying the phone bill, the gas bill, the electric bill. Just look around. Millions of people in this country out of work through no fault of their own. No fault of their own. They're struggling. Many are fearful, and many have given up hope. Look at the lines at food banks. Hours and hours and hours. This is the United States of America, for God's sake. And their food lines, like we've not seen since the Depression. And they're getting longer. Families, children, people have worked their whole lives and never asked for a thing except a fighting chance. Now, they're lining up for food in America. And the debate over $2,000 isn't some abstract debate in Washington. It's about real lives, your lives, the lives of good, hard-working Americans. And if you're like millions of Americans all across this country, you need the money, you need the help, and you need it now. Look, Georgia, there's no one in America with more power to make that happen than you, the citizens of Atlanta, the citizens of Georgia. And that's not an exaggeration. That is that's literally true. If you send John and the Reverend to Washington, those $2,000 checks will go out the door, restoring hope and decency and honor for so many people who are struggling right now. And if you send Senators Perdue and Loeffler back to Washington, those checks will never get there. It's just that simple. The power is literally in your hands. By electing John and the Reverend, you can break the gridlock that has gripped Washington and this nation. With their votes in the Senate, we'll be able to make the progress we need to make on jobs, on health care, on justice, on the environment, on so many important things. By electing John and the Reverend, you'll be voting to get the states the resources they need to get the vaccines distributed. It's a shame what's happening now. It's a literal shame. I've said it before, getting America vaccinated will be one of the most difficult operational challenges this nation has ever faced. But we've known it for the last months. This administration has gotten off to a god-awful start. The president spends more time whining and complaining than doing something about the problem. I don't know why he still wants the job. He doesn't want to do the work. Look, the states need help. There's a reason why the Constitution said the federal government could have a deficit spending in times of crisis, and states have to balance their budgets. It's for this very thing. It's the whole idea. Your states have to balance your budgets. So what's happening? You're going to see more and more people laid off, more firefighters, police officers, school teachers, first responders, the people we need badly now. The states need more money to do the job. They need the federal government to work with them, not attack them and leave them out there hanging. It's going to be tough to get this done, but we have to do it. People's lives literally depend on it. Our economy depends on it. And we'll get it done by electing John and the Reverend to be voting to get their state and local government funding and the money they need to keep cops, firefighters, teachers, local responders, keep them on the job, protecting you, looking out for your children. Look, states have been struggling through this pandemic. They need help. By electing John and the Reverend, you'll be sending a powerful message to Congress and to the country that it's time for this nation, for God's sake, to finally come together. Finally. To work together, to unite, to put the anger and the division and the divisive politics of the past behind us. And here's one more thing. Voting for John and the Reverend won't just be good for America. It'll be good for Georgia. And here's why. When you vote for John and Raphael, you'll be sending 2 senators who will fight for you, who put Georgia first, who put you first. You don't have that now. You have 2 senators who think it's more important to reward wealth than hard work in the tax system. You have 2 senators now who think they don't work for you, they work for Trump. I mean, think about it. You have 2 senators who think their loyalty is to Trump, not to Georgia. You have 2 senators who think they've sworn an oath to Donald Trump, not to the United States Constitution. Let me tell you something. I got elected when I was 29 years old and 6 more times the United States Senate from Delaware, and guess what? Not once did I think I took an oath to any president, Democrat or Republican. I took an oath to the United States Constitution. And as president, I don't believe your United States senators are going to work for me. They work for the people of Georgia. That's why I'm not asking your senators to be loyal to me. I believe they should be loyal to you, to Georgia, the United States Constitution, period. And if you vote for John and the Reverend, that's what you're going to get. Decent, honorable men. They won't put a president or party first, and they sure won't put themselves first. They know public service is about you. It isn't about them. It's not about enriching themselves. It's about making people's lives better, about giving people a chance. Just an even shot, no guarantee, but an even shot. It's time to start rewarding work and not wealth. And if you listen to John and the Reverend, that's what they've been saying. That's what they've been campaigning on. Look, I'm dealing with COVID. I'm revitalizing our economy, our health care, our voting rights, criminal justice, racial justice, climate change, on the things that matter and will make a difference in your lives and the lives of your families. Georgia, as dark as these days of winter seem, I'm still more optimistic about this country than any time in my entire life. I really mean it. The American people now understand clearly what's at stake. And John and Raphael share that optimism. They saw firsthand the power of believing in the promise of America in our darkest months. John learned it from my old friend and yours, John Lewis. Reverend Warnock sees the power of faith to overcome the toughest trials that life can throw at us. He believes as I do in the quote of the German philosopher Kierkegaard, who said, "Faith sees best in the dark." I know they share with me that deep faith in the American people in this country, a faith that enables us to overcome adversity, to lift each other up, to be a beacon of light for one another and for the world. That's who we are, and that's we should never give up on. Look, folks, I've said many times, and I'll say it here again, there's nothing, and I say this again, nothing this country is unable to do when we decide to do it together. We have faced tougher times before, and we've always overcome. We've always overcome. We've always come out better than we went in, no matter what. I know this campaign has been exhausting. You put the hard work in over the last few years to get to this moment. It's been intense. It's been nonstop. But I'm asking you to give everything you've got one more day. One more day. And that one more day is not hyperbole. You can change America. So if you haven't voted, vote. If you already voted, and I'm asking you one more day of making calls and safely knocking on doors. Go to iwillvote.com/GA to find your polling location. Just like you did in November. Vote, vote, vote. Vote for John and the Reverend. Vote. In America, as our opposition friends are finding out, all power flows from the people. From the people. That's our history. That's our law. That's our tradition. That's our Constitution. That's our democracy. Politicians cannot assert, take, or seize power. Power is given, granted by the American people alone. And we can never give that up. It's always, always the will of the people that must prevail. So today, tomorrow, vote. Make sure your voice is heard. Do it for yourselves. Do it for your families. Do it for your children. Do it for your state, your country. Do it for all those who've given up so much. Think of all those who've given up so much to secure that right. Do it for the country you love, because I know you love this country. And the future you want to build for everyone in this country. Do it for all those around the world who aspire like us to be free and a democratic people, who look to us. I've been in over almost 100 countries. They all look to America. The power is in your hands. John and Reverend Warnock are counting on you. So is Kamala, so am I, and so is America. We're a nation built on honor, decency, dignity, and respect. America is and must continue to be a beacon of light, liberty, and democracy and unity. That's who we are. That's the United States of America. Vote, 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 vote. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. We the people, yeah. Got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. You may have the black blood,
Or you may have the white blood.
but we all are living on blood. So don't look away, slip into the mud, 'cause we the people. You tell them, got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. We the people. Well, got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now.
Burn in the neck, bad cigarette. Everybody sweat. What you give is what you get.
Hot pants and style, don't let our world go wild. Mama's youngest child learning fast. Got to get up as soon as you lay down. Don't get nothing from a messing around. We the people, hey y'all, got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. We the people. Got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. Ow! We the people, remember y'all. Got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. We the people. Got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now.
Burn in the neck, bad cigarette. Everybody sweat. What you give is what you get.
Hot pants and style, don't let our world go wild. Mama's youngest child learning fast. We the people, remember y'all. Got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. You and me now, all right, yeah. Got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. We the people, jump on, y'all. Got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. We the people, well, we got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. See the people, every which way, ain't nobody get away. It's a great way back to where you see her. We the people, we got to do it now. We got to make the world go round. Got to make the world now. We the people, yeah.
All right, folks. Yeah, airdrop it. Airdrop it. Airdrop it. Ready? Got it. All right, y'all. That was fun. So if y'all were watching that video, okay, we had the camera on the president-elect. Okay, so when y'all saw the video of the president-elect assuming a golf stance, he was looking at me. I'm like, all right, you want to play golf? Let's go, Mr. President. So this is like the last major rally, folks. Oh, let's get this shot over here. You see this woman here? My goodness, looking like the Statue of Liberty over there. Again, she's up. Look, it's a celebratory mood. Election is tomorrow. And then, of course, we got Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, who are right down here, who are greeting people. So they are all here. So you see what they're doing. You got their support staff who's coming out. And so, folks, this has been an amazing 5 weeks as we have traveled this state, going all across this state, talking to voters, getting their perspectives, covering so many aspects of this campaign, bringing it to you like nobody else. No other black media outlet has invested the time and energy and resources that we have here on Roland Martin Unfiltered to do this here. And you know what? And I really love all of these trolls who choose to come out here on our social media pages. This is not good, y'all. Don't worry about it. We're gonna block these fools, every single one of these idiots, all of these old sick-ass Trump people who keep supporting that thug, and that's exactly what he is. Donald Trump is a racist, sexist, xenophobic thug who needs to be kicked, who needs to be run out of office. Thank God, less than 20 days, his sorry ass is in the White House, and then we finally can return back to a nation that we can actually respect the presidency, because this fool does not respect the presidency at all. And so again, all of you idiots who are on our social media page, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna block you fools as you keep opening your mouths. And so that's what we do. And so bottom line is this here. That's right. We sitting here, we throwing you sorry asses out. Y'all have destroyed this country with your idiotic stuff, and that's exactly what we're doing. And so we're going to continue doing what we do and impressing upon folks to vote for John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. And that's right. It's time for Mitch McConnell to get the hell out of being in control. And so bottom line is 112,000 people who did not vote November 3rd, they have actually voted during this particular runoff. And so I don't care about Donald Trump. I've never called him Mr. President. Even when I had 2 meetings at the White House with him, he has no sense of decency or respect for the American people. He is a pompous asshole, and that's exactly what he is. So let me be real clear. All of you Trump people who are watching this live stream right now, let me be as clear as possible. Y'all can kiss my ass. Let me say it again. All of you Trump people, I don't want to hear this crap. Oh, we need to respect the Trump voters. No, they choose to actually support a lying bastard, a man who has no sense of decency or respect. So let me say it again. Just so we're clear, let me be real clear. Trump supporters, y'all can kiss my ass. That's how I feel about Donald Trump, okay? Because these folks don't care about decency, they don't care about respect, and so I'm gonna call them out big time, okay? And I'm gonna keep calling them out every single time. I don't give a damn what y'all think. That's why we've been down here going hard for Ossoff and Warnock, because they need to be in the United States Senate. But Kelly Loeffler is nothing but an idiotic robot, and her and David Perdue have done nothing but enrich themselves on the back of the American taxpayer. And so absolutely, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, supporting these candidates. And so Georgia, tomorrow, you can shock this country and set this country on the appropriate path it needs to be on by electing Ossoff and Warnock. That's what you need to do tomorrow. Folks, this program is not over. Jermaine Dupree's coming out to the stage, and so let's go back to the stage right now. It's one more performance.
I know it's crazy. I still need this energy, though. I still need the energy. You still with me? Make some noise in here. I see John down there. I see Raphael down there. I'm going to wait till they finish shaking hands, kissing babies. I'm going to wait. Make sure everybody get that. I'm going to wait. I still need that energy, though. I need the energy. They're in front of y'all. We need that energy, though. All right? Wait till they finish. So I just wanted to wait till they finish. All right. We're going to go ahead and get this going. Without further ado, I'm going to bring to the stage one of the best songwriters of my lifetime, of your lifetime. Y'all give it up for my boy, Neo! Straight? All right. Turn me up. Ooh. Hey. Said everybody clap your hands now. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, yeah. Come on now. Hey, hey. Want to, but I can't. I love the way you feel. It's got me stuck between my fantasy and what is real. I need it when I want it when I don't. Tell myself I'll stop every day, knowing that I won't. I got a problem at night. Even if I did, I don't know if I would quit, but I doubt it. Hey, taken by the thought of it. Hey, said and I know this much is true. Baby, you have become my addiction. I'm so strung out on you, I can barely move, but I like it. Saying it's all because of you. Saying it's all because of you. Saying it's all because of you. Saying it's all because of me. Say never get enough. Hey, hey. Take it to the bridge, come on. No doubt, hey, yeah. Strung out one. And I said there ain't no doubt, hey, over you. Now everybody put your hands together, come on. All because of you, babe. And it's all oh, never get enough. Hey, hey, hey. She's the sweetest. What's going on, y'all? I can't front. Damn, this feel good. I missed this. Man. Keep it going, keep it going. Let's go, let's go.
I don't want nobody else. I don't want nobody else.
Give you all of my attention. Hey. It's straight shots, no champagne sipping tonight.
It's the kind of night.
Add Netflix to this massage. Better yet, just turn it off. Cause I love to hear you cussing at me. Like, ooh, wait, baby, too deep. You never fail. It's feeling when I touch you. I never love nobody like I love you. Hey, that's why I only want you to love. Hey.
I don't want nobody else.
Don't want nobody else. No, no. Hey, I only want you to love. I don't want nobody else. No, 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 no. Hey, kissing on you in public. They can tell it's mine, don't touch it. If you ever leave me, I'll be upset. Talking sick to my stomach, don't play it by my woman now. Wishing we could get high, make love. Thrown in the sheets to a love song. Your heartbeat, beat a beat, I put words on. Oh, hey. We should be teammates. Girl, I want you all the time. Oh, you ease my mind. That's why I only want you to love. Hey. I don't want nobody else. Nobody. Woo. Say nobody but you, baby. I don't want nobody else. Nobody. Woo. Hey. I don't want nobody. No. Talking sick to my stomach. Play about my woman. No. Hey. Say nobody. Hey. Nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah. I had to take a breather. I'm quarantined thick right now. Leave me alone. This next song I feel like makes perfect sense since we're living in these historic times right now. We got our first black vice president-elect. Not only that, we have our first female black vice president-elect. Not to mention the most amazing mayor that's ever done it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, this song just makes perfect sense. Let's go. That ain't the song. That's the song. Hey! A dedication to every Miss Independent in the place. You know your name. Hey! Ooh, there's just something about the way she moves. I can't figure it out. There's something about her. Hey, say, ooh, there's something about kind of woman that wants you but don't need you. Hey, I can't figure it out. Something about her. I said, cause she walk like a boss, talk like a boss. Manicure nails, set the pedicure wrong. She flying effortlessly. And she move like a boss, do what a boss do. She got me thinking about getting involved. See, that's the kind of girl I need. Anybody know the words? What? Hey, Miss Independent, so won't you come in? Then she got her own thing, yeah. That's why I love that girl, yeah. Hey, woo. It's independent, yeah. Ooh, of everything to say, don't worry, I got it. Hey. And anything she wants, best believe she bought it. Whoa, she gon' steal my heart, ain't no doubt about it, girl. You're everything I need. Said you're everything I need. Hey, Miss Independent, make some noise. Where you at? Oh, spend a little time. Hey, she got. That's why I love. You know who you are. Yeah. Make sure y'all get out and get your voices heard if you haven't done it already. Make sure you tell everybody you know, everybody you care about. Tell your enemies, damn it, tell them too. Tell them all, tell the world. Get out, get your voices heard. Let's make history. All right, before I get out of here, I got one more for y'all. Something special. It's one of my personal favorite songs that I've ever done. We're just gonna let it go. Let's go. In honor of leaving Donald Trump alone. Bye then. Yeah, She said, you ain't no good, but you feel so good. She said, what if I could, but I gotta leave you alone. Hey, hey. She said, I gotta leave you alone. Hey, she said, I know you bad, but I want you back. She said, makes me so sad that I gotta leave you alone. Hey, hey, it don't make no sense if you just walk away. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my man Jesus.
Look, I got my mind on my money. All I need's a bag. Then I can run through the city, get this cash on. Then I can slide through the city, spend this cash on. Look, wake up in the morning, get my smash on. I don't want much, baby, egg whites. Keep your stomach and your thighs and your legs right. While I'm out here focused, getting this bread right. But if that head right, Jesus there. Wake up in the morning and I'm still here. Look, wake up in the morning and I ain't gone. All I ask, let me just do me. And maybe just me and you can get along. Had the mother mad when they seen us. Had the matching Rolexes, baby, team us. Yeah, the earth is our turf, we can share the world. Maybe even go half on the baby girl. What's up? She said,
I ain't no good, but you feel so good. She said, what if I could, but I gotta leave you alone.
I can't hear you out there.
Gotta leave you alone. Hey, here it goes. She said, I know you bad, but I want you back. She said, makes me so sad that I gotta leave you alone. I gotta leave you alone.
Talk to him, 103, baby.
She said she wish she never met me, but she just can't help but let me go ahead and do whatever the hell I want.
Okay, let's go.
She said she hate how much she need me. Turn around and say she don't need me. Always talking about she gon' leave me, but she don't. But maybe this time might be different, cause she shed so many tears. She'll remind me of the stupid things I've done over the years. But she don't be tripping in the moments I got her legs up by her ears. But as soon as we get done, I swear this is all I hear.
Talk to him,
she said, you ain't no good, but you feel so good. She said, what if I could, but I gotta leave you alone. Hey, hey, I gotta leave you alone. Hey, hey.
It's that part, let's go.
She said, I know you bad, but I want you back. She said, makes me so sad that I gotta leave you alone. Hey, hey.
She said,
I gotta leave you alone. Hey, hey. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah. My man. My name is Neo. Get out and vote. Congratulations to yourself if you did vote already. Let's make history. I'm gonna let my man Jeezy take over. Do your thing.
Hold on. So I got a minute.
You got a minute?
I got a minute.
Do what you do, pimp.
Let's go, Snow.
Realest I ever wrote. Hands it out.
Everybody get your hands up one time.
This is Peter. Yeah. I said my president is my Lambos, and I be God if my rims ain't too. My home, his dad is still in jail. He trying to make a play. Anybody seen this? I said my president is my Lambos, and I be if my rims ain't too. Hands in there. Yeah, hands in there. Yeah, look. Today was a good day, hope I had me a great. And I don't know what you're fishing for, hope you catch you a great white. Me, I seen great white, heavy as killer whales. Cannot believe this. Who knew it came with bails? Who knew it came with jail? Who knew it came with prison? Just cause he got opinion that make him a politician. Bush robbed all us, would that make him up? And then he cheated in Florida, would that make him a Seminole? I say it now, quote. We need a miracle, and I say a miracle because it is hysterical about my nephews and nieces. I will email G, tell them forward to Moses and CC, Mr. Soul Survivor. Me a convict, be all you can be, but don't that sound like some dumb? When you die of a crew, all as black as my homie Boo. It's really a desert storm that's word to the only crew. Catch me in Las Vegas, AR, Arizona, rep for them real. I'm winning in California, hands didn't see, hands Alabama, hands up, my president.
Hands up, go.
His dad is still in jail. Anybody seen this? I said my president is
black. Georgia is blue.
And they Lux T White. Now how much you trying to pay? How much you trying to pay? Uh-oh.
What's up, Snow?
Uh-oh.
Everybody get your hands up if you know this. If you got out there and voted one time, put your hands up. I need you to put on for your city, put on for Georgia one time. Hands up.
Let's go.
Hands up. Hands up.
I put on for my city. I put on for my city. I put on for my city. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. When they see me off in traffic, they say Jeezy on some other. Send them running straight back to the dealership. Me, I'm in my spaceship. That's right, I work for NASA. This FNH is not a fraud. Call that my bodyguard. Call that your bodyguard.
Yeah, that's my bodyguard.
Wear a lot of jewelry. Young don't do security. What's whiter than a napkin? Harder than a dinner plate. If you want it, come and get it. You know I stay super straight. Ran up in my spots and now I'm working out the Super 8. Know them boys is hungry. Come and get a super plate. Y'all say happy birthday. Yeah, I got that super cake. 100-carat bracelet. I use it like a... I put...
For my city. For my city. For my city.
Put on east side, south side, west side.
Georgia, what's up, Georgia?
On for my city. I put on for my city. Put on east side, south side, west side. Let's go. Hat back, top back, ain't nothing but a young HKs, AKs. I need to join a gun. Big wheels, big straps. She knows she like a super. Passengers a red bone, a wheeler like some. Look, inside fit sticks, outside. Look, pocket full of celery. Imagine what she telling me. Blowing on asparagus. Realest I ever smoked. Ride to that trapper, die the realest I ever. You know I got that broccoli. So I keep that. Look, get caught without one. Coming from where I'm from. Call me Gigi Hamilton. Flying down Campbellton. So fresh, so clean. On my way to. For my city, I put on east, south, west. Let's go.
Georgia, make some noise one time. You want to put on for your state? Let's go.
West side. Let's go. Joy, you know what it is. January 5th, y'all stand tall, man. We got one job. Let's get it, baby. Vote.
Yeah, what we love.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our program. Please return to your car and head to the exit to your right. Thank you for coming, and remember to vote.